And so, the Archbishop has elected to apprehend Tomas.
He has been away from Garreg Mach for days now. During his absence, an investigation of his behavior and personal effects laid bare his hostility to the Church.
The Knights have been instructed to await his return and take him in. As quietly as possible, of course.
We want him alive, so we might discover the whereabouts of his associates.
I'm glad they actually believed me.
If they doubted you, you would have known it the moment they clapped you in irons and led you away.
So who is this Tomas guy anyway? You say he works in the library?
He does. I've lost track of how many times I've spoken to the man.
No surprise, Lynn. You practically live at the library. So what did he look like again? Is he the big, burly one?
Burly? Not even close! He's a frail old man with a walking stick.
From what I understand, he's been at Garreg Mach for 40 years, at least. It is hard to imagine that he had been plotting evil that whole time. I wonder what led to his transformation.
Transformation? Would someone not be noticing if Tomas changed his appearance?
Why was Petra's hair floating there? Correct it.
He meant a mental transformation, not a physical one. Tomas must have changed his mind about the Church at some point.
I am excited to have learning of this strange new expression. I must be thanking you.
If they were really worried about transformations, you'd expect they would turn their gaze to you. Good to know they're nice enough not to do so.
So, this Tomas person sent the bandits after us? What an awful man. We're lucky to be alive.
You're one to talk, Bernadetta. You weren't even there.
Yes, you were not having reason to fear for your continued living. You're right! Everyone, pipe down! Something's happening outside.
Are they ready at the gates?
Yes, sir. Every exit is covered.
Well, well, it sounds like Tomas has returned. I don't know why I know this, but you need to get out there, and quickly.
I'll mention Tomas and run off.
I think Tomas is here. I'll be right back.
Wait, we should discuss this before you... Never mind.
There he is!
Hmm?
That man down there.
Lady Rhea wants to speak with you. I suggest you accept.
This doddering persona of mine will benefit me no further.
What is this?
Familiar, right?
Such hubris from mere vermin. You will pay for this.
Find him!
Right! What he did was just like...
Okay, yeah, this is definitely a bit of a direction, different direction for things. Not a bit of a direction, you know what I mean. Just in case I ever want to reload from like before changing different things, I'll save it in that slot. Prologue: The Shadows of Adrestia. Oh.
The Shadows of Adrestia.
So is this chapter 2 now? It showed chapter 1 on the save file there before. Maybe this is chapter 3 now because we just did chapter 2. I don't even know.
To Garreg Mach, the humble
but it's all part of the prologue.
Shapeshifts and flees, and not even the Knights of Ceres's most concerted efforts can track down the erstwhile librarian. Meanwhile, Edelgard seizes upon Monica's rescue as a chance to start down a radically different path than she had originally planned.
Yeah, so things are going pretty differently compared to Three Houses, but it does
went like clockwork with Monica.
But the story does still seem to rely on you as the player having been familiar with the story of Fire Emblem Three Houses. It seems very much like.
Thanks to Professor Yuritsa playing his part so ably. And equally to those arrogant fools for letting their guards down.
I doubt we will see such fortune next time.
Next time?
The moment has come to take matters into our own hands at the Imperial capital. This is our chance to finally be rid of them.
But, Lady Edelgard, we aren't ready. We'll need an entire host to keep them in check.
And we have one. The Church.
Forgive my impertinence, but that is not the plan.
You are the man who once told me to leave no sword in its scabbard.
Yes, but one must also take care not to wound themselves when unsheathing it. I am sorry, milady, but this plan is ill-advised. I cannot support it. And even if I were to ignore common sense and go along, it still throws our future plans into disarray.
I thought you devised countermeasures to deal with the Church. Use them.
But those were meant for... Very well. Are you absolutely certain this is the path?
I am anything but certain. Yet the bandit attack in the mountains created an opportunity we cannot ignore. And I doubt the appearance of this new mercenary is simple coincidence. Plans can be rewritten, Hubert. Either we're doing this, or we're not. Will you sit around and wait for a miracle? Or will you help me seize control of my fate?
I am with you, Lady Edelgard. As ever. Then let us walk forward on this path, and see where it takes us.
I apologize for bringing this to you on such short notice, Archbishop.
Not at all, Edelgard. But might I ask, what prompted this sudden desire to return to Enbarr?
We believe one of Tomas's collaborators may have infiltrated the capital.
My word!
Tomas tended the library at Garreg Mach for decades, with nary a blemish on his record. And then, without warning, he drops his disguise and reveals himself to be a vile sorcerer of terrible ability. Someone at the capital also fits that pattern. A man we know all too well.
And who might that be?
My uncle, and regent of the Empire, Volkhard von Arundel.
His lordship briefly defected from the Empire before reappearing several years later. But he returned a changed man, and began seizing power almost immediately. Witnesses claim he wields dark magic in secret, and is able to change his appearance at will.
That does sound suspicious, if these witnesses can be believed.
I would ask that you do believe them, as the information comes from my own House Vestra.
I see. And when you return to the capital, how do you propose to deal with this uncle of yours?
Lord Arundel has the support of a number of influential nobles, including the Prime Minister, Duke Ayer. And while we have allies of our own, it's likely they'll require some convincing. To that end, we wish to bring our friends here at the Academy, their daughters and sons, with us under the supervision of Professor Yuritsa.
We hoped you would consider deploying the Knights of Seros, so the Imperial Army doesn't get any strange ideas.
You wish to march on the Empire, with the Church's knights at your back?
Your support would give credence to our claims.
Additionally, the Knights would keep the populace in check upon our arrival, thereby preventing the city from descending into utter chaos.
The more I hear of this, the more credible the threat sounds.
It's clear you have thought carefully and planned well.
We intend to seize the palace with our own forces, and will do our utmost to contain the conflict there. But we still need your help. Please.
I have two conditions. The first, when you capture Lord Arundel, he is to be turned over to the Knights at once. The second, our Knights are not to engage in battle directly.
I would have it no other way.
Step lightly, Edelgard. Should these claims about Lord Arundel prove false, we will take action accordingly. Make no mistake as to who will be held accountable.
Understood. But please know we have nothing to gain from deceiving the Church.
Very well. I will summon the Knights and let you instruct them as to your plan. May the Goddess watch over you all.
Are they luring the Imperial army into a trap?
That was
Is that what's
certainly
going on
an
here?
unexpected conclusion to the whole Tomas saga. Thanks to his shape-shifting ability, he slipped free of the knights and escaped.
Shape-shifting.
Yes, that's what I said. Also, I know what you want to say next. His powers are just like the ones you gave me.
I'll resist the urge and stay quiet.
Don't feel like sharing, hmm? All the same, I saw what you saw. Clearly, we don't have a monopoly on shapeshifting.
And now that everyone knows about Tomas, some of them must have connected the dots back to me. At least they've had the grace to keep it to themselves.
It's because they trust you. Hold on, someone's coming.
Ah, there you are.
Something wrong?
I must return to the Imperial capital soon for an important matter. Will you join me? Most of the other Black Eagles are coming.
What's this about?
I fear I must keep that to myself until we're closer to the capital. But I promise you this. There will be battle, and you will have a chance to shine.
Are you sure? I mean, these powers I have...
Are like the ones Tomas used? Yes, that is a bit disquieting. Still, you've given me no reason to mistrust you. You could have wrested yourself free of us from the start, but instead you chose to stay here at the monastery. You fought by our side and helped us save Monica. I think I can give you the benefit of the doubt. But here's my true proposal. If you accompany us, there's a good chance you'll learn where your powers come from.
Ooh, now that is intriguing.
In that case, I accept. Thanks.
Oh, interesting thingamabob for the loading screen here. Age of mystery, just like Byleth there. Born in a mountain hamlet in Leicester, becomes a mercenary and begins living as a wanderer. Close allies Hubert, Edelgard, Ferdinand, just the three that we fought with in the last battle. Likes seeing her friend smile. Her adoptive mother, not going hungry. Dislikes losing. Reading maps, wasting time. Status wandering mercenary. Interest getting stronger mercenary work. Huh. Interesting. I'm not gonna go through them all, so if anyone wants to read... Oh, it's just these three anyway. I can always pause if anyone wants to read any of them. Oh, Monica's now playable. Wait, Monica's a playable character in this? What? And she has a crest. Minor crest of Macuel. They say Saint Macuel bore this minor crest, a symbol of magic and mastery of the wind. What? Temporary parted ways with Ferdinand. Temporarily parted ways with Bernadetta. So just all the Black Eagles except for like the main conspirators here or something? What sort of battle we're in for here? I should ask around and find out. Northern Westphalic territory, Adrestian Empire. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, Shez is a student in this case. Unit information, huh? Yeah, so they're out right now. Oh. Interesting. So these 6 and these 4 are out right now. Huh. Support info. Okay. Oh, and you can see your progress towards each of these supports. Huh. So of course your character would have supports with everybody. Monica has supports with everybody in the Black Eagles, a lot of which only go up to C though. But there is a thing. Oh, these are just for like bonuses. It shows which ones have conversations. So with Hubert, she would have a conversation at C and A. With Edelgard, it's B and A. Interesting there. Alright, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, Kraken. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. That's interesting. Huh. I'll just keep on holding onto all these for now. Is what I'll do. So this is the same amount of like might and whatnot. Can I equip it? I don't know how I equip. Pressing A doesn't do anything there. I'm confused. I am confused though. Yeah, that's understandable there. I hope it winds up being a good day. Amiibo presents. Okay, it's not available in the demo. Okay. What would this be, like save data for 3 houses or something? Huh. Interesting. View log. Oh, for that all. Huh. Interesting.
It's you.
Never thought a chance to fight for Lady Edelgard would fall into my lap so quickly, but here it is, yeah. This is going at a much quicker pace compared to Three Houses. I won't tolerate those curs who strut about the Imperial Palace as if they own the place. No, sir. Yeah, sorry about that. Probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Well, Lady Edelgard is going to explain everything tomorrow. So let's just plan to win a glorious victory in her name, yes? As I was kind of briefly mentioning earlier during some of the cutscenes, it does seem very much like the story of this game, even though it's, you know, a standalone thing and like a different timeline. It does seem very much like it relies on you having previous knowledge of the story of Fire Emblem Three Houses is the thing. It would have been neat if it was something that could stand, you know, out on its own a bit more, but hey. Real power in the Empire is held by the 6 great noble families, with Prime Minister Aiur at the center and Lord Arundel as regent. You are familiar with the Noble Six, yes? They are the apex aristocrats and exclusive inheritors of important positions such as the Ministers of Military Affairs and Domestic Affairs. Welcome back, Anima. What do you miss? We're a student now. And Edelgard is bringing us to the Empire. She's bringing us to Embarr and whatnot. And she's trying to bring the Imperial Army there as well because there's suspicions against her uncle, apparently. But I have a feeling that she's probably just trying to lead the Imperial Army into a trap for a preemptive strike. Is the guess that I have right now.
If I may.
Given your past, I hardly think it necessary for me to ask after your readiness for battle. I'm struggling with words. We'll be counting on you in Embarr. Be the sword in Lady Edelgard's hands and smite her foes. Also, you should know that victory in tomorrow's battle will hold great significance for yourself as well. What do you mean?
Huh?
Care to say that again in a way that makes some kind of sense? I thought I was perfectly clear. Lady Edelgard has spoken on the matter of your power, yes? That said, perhaps you're not understanding. Also, the freaking resub. Let's see here. Jake Frost coming out of nowhere with a 10-month resub here. Harmonia time again. I appreciate the 10-month resub there, Jake Frost. I hope you enjoy another month of the emotes and the sub badge and all that fun stuff there. Welcome back to Team Enharmonic and whatnot. I appreciate the 10-month resub there. I appreciate the continued support. All that fun stuff there. Let's see here. I'm going to wait for counterattack to end before I keep on saying the line, because counterattack gets really loud.
Yay, Harmonia, time again.
There's the bot. That said, perhaps you're not understanding the situation means we can all rest a little easier. Wow, that's not wacky at all. That's not suspicious at all. But yeah, what you missed there, Anima, is we did get the choice to choose between the 3 houses, but rather than being added as a professor like Byleth in 3 houses, we get added as a student in this game. So, there's that. There's that. Yeah, it's not all voice acted in this game, which I do feel a bit disappointed by. Hello, Politico Stefan. Yeah, I do wish that it was all voiced here. It's pretty much just the stuff in the camp that's not voice acted. I wish that it was fully voice acted like 3 houses. Hello there. I'm a liaison from the Knights of Seros sent to assist in the assault on the capital. I came here to attend the final planning meeting, and I must say, we Knights have a good deal to learn from the thorough way Hubert manages intelligence. Giving only what information is necessary at any given time sounds simple enough, but often proves quite difficult in practice. And though a few of us understand the full situation, there still has been no major confusion. Regardless, we intend to cooperate fully with both Lady Edelgard and the Imperial Army. Yeah, it is a demo. They would have recorded all the lines by now. Like, the game ships in less than a month. It ships later this month. I doubt they wouldn't have the lines needed for the game done by now. Like, the game itself should be done by now. It should literally just be, like, the post-production, like, fixing some things up for the day 1 patch and just, you know, getting physical copies made and shipped out to retailers is what should be happening right now at this point. Should be the case.
What's going on?
Tread lightly, friend. The woods around here are the hunting grounds of House Fresvelg, and to enter recklessly is to forfeit your life. Wow, okay. Hi, Aritza. Yeah, you were a good pal of ours in the last playthrough, weren't you? I have a contract. That's the only reason I'm here. Are you working for someone outside the church?
So basically...
So is this contract separate from your work at the academy? He liked me inquiring about that. Yes. Wow, I like how open he is with me. I think maybe Yaritza and I are just really cool after the last playthrough, you know? We were best buds in that one there. So Yaritza's all cool with me now. You'll love to see it. She didn't call on Ferdinand or Linhard, yet she summoned a fringe noble such as myself? What could Lady Edelgard be thinking? Oh, maybe she just... Still, it's a great honor. Could make for a fine opportunity to increase my family's standing with Lady Edelgard. hold on. So, minus is the menu. So the ones that she didn't bring along are Ferdinand, Linhart, and Caspar. These three are probably because they're connected to, like, important noble families in the Empire. Like, Dorothea's a commoner. Petra's from the land of Bridget. Monica's, well, Monica. These three are connected to nobles. Bernadetta is as well, but knowing her, she probably just wanted to stay home because she's Bernie. You know, was the thing. Huh. So it actually makes sense why they're hanging back. But yeah, wait. Actibliz, wait, you're supposed to have the game finished when you release a demo? We didn't even finish it for the final product. Sounds about right there. Also sounds like a few other games that I could list there. So I heard you really know your way around a fight, but come on, that can't be true. I mean, you got those two scrawny little stick arms, barely taller than a child, and you've got a baby face without a single scar. Just roll with it.
Let's see.
Yep, you got me. I'll probably trip and stab myself in the stomach before the fight even starts.
Handle it, will ya?
I sure hope not. Listen, maybe you should just stand behind me, alright? I'll keep you safe. I don't need protection. I don't need that. Alright, what's going on in the corner over here? So yeah, these are basically like the exploration sequences of Three Houses, except without the voice acting. Well, it's the partial voice acting. Me? I'm a commander from House Vestra. House Vestra may not have any territory to speak of, but we don't lack for military might. Though we're a bit of a peculiar bunch. Ha! Ha ha! Alright, let's see here. Hey, Edelgard.
Do you have a moment?
We'll be entering Enbarr tomorrow, so rest up and restore your strength.
Huh?
That bad, huh? Yes, we're expecting it to be quite the battle, but I look forward to seeing what you can do. Who are you expecting me to fight? Sounds rough. Who are we fighting? Oh, no one of particular importance or concern. Still, I prefer to wait a little while before disclosing that information. We're gonna turn on the Holy Army. Well, I wasn't sure what to call it. The Church Army, whatever the heck. I have a feeling, right? In that case, I'll make sure my gear's ready. Thank you. Oh, and perhaps now might be a good time to speak with the others. Seeing you calm and collected should help soothe the nerves of any who are anxious in the shadow of battle. Yeah, maybe.
What are your thoughts?
Did you know there's a whole town under Garrick Mach? I did, actually. You need to pay like 30 bucks for it. Canadian dollar. I think it's 20 US dollar dues. A bunch of suspicious characters live there. They call it Abyss. Wonder what those folks are really like. They're pretty chill. The church will leave them alone, though, so they must not have been involved in that business with Tomas. Hi. You think it's a good thing that I came along? I mean, it's true that we want as many good fighters as we can get, but when it comes to the actual plans, I'm completely in the dark. Well, not much to do about it now. We'll definitely be counting on you if it comes to a fight. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, I got it. I've played a whole bunch. I've played all the Nintendo Warriors games. I haven't played any Dynasty Warriors games, though. But I have played all the Nintendo Warriors games. I do not wish to be speaking out of turn, but Lady Edelgard is surely having many enemies.
My word is a bond.
When we arrive in Enbarr, I will be fighting to my utmost. I fight not just for the Empire, but for Bridget as well. They have fates that are intertwining. I'll fight just as hard. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but they hired me to do a job, and that's what I'm gonna do. Especially if everyone is relying on me. Your being here is reassuring. Now, let us be fighting together and bringing about victory. Hi.
Well...
I can't put my finger on why, but I have a very strange feeling about all this. Maybe it's because I wasn't expecting to return to the capital this year. Isn't the group we're going with a little unusual too? Ferdy, Caspar, Lynn, and Byrne won't be joining us. I'm surprised that most of the children of the 6 great noble families stayed back at Garrick Mach. Oh, but of course Hubie had to tag along. Anyway, it really makes you wonder who exactly will be fighting. I have an idea. I have a bit of an idea. So this is the real Monica, huh? The real Slim Shady.
Over here.
Ah, perfect timing. I wanted to thank you again. I meant to earlier, of course, but things have been quite hectic recently. And while Lady Edelgard unfortunately did not tell me every single detail, it sounds like you played a big part in my rescue. So thank you for that. I mean it. I'll respond with humility. Oh, I didn't do that much. Edelgard was the one who really saved you. Still, I'm glad you're safe. So if I play some small part in that, then all the better.
I agree.
Well then, I'm expecting even greater things from you once we reach Embarr. Alright, better get some rest before the fighting kicks off. Alright, so, time to speak with Edelgard again.
Hello.
Thank you for speaking with everyone.
What do you think?
It's growing quite late. You should rest up for tomorrow. Yeah, let's do that. How about?